Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, off here to a glorious 1v1 on Amilly Fields. And in the north, it is Lazy Ren, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here, rolling out with the 2nd Armored Division with Airborne, Urban Assault, and Recon support with Triple Infantry versus South. It is Iroha, fighting for the Oberkommando Germany, Deutschland. Here with the... let's just go with 2nd SS Panzerdivision, Das Reich. Here with Panzerfusilier, smoke bombs, Infantry-Sturmgewehr, of course, Grand Offensive, Panzer Commander, and the Tiger Tank. We got a Panzerfusilier Kubang start here for Iroha. And as always, by the way, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast. And also a very big thanks to Tom for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. Big thanks to you, Tom. You're really cool. Other people become as cool as Tom by donating or pledging on Patreon themselves. Links in the description. Or you can always just comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. That's pretty cool too. So, double rifle start here for Lazy Den. Panzerfusilier forts here, equipped with the venerable K90K, standard rifle of the German army. Kubang West was catching rifle squad here by less than few. Punch Sturmpionier, standing right behind ready to support. So Iroha would like to go for a heavy Panzerfusilier build. Weaknesses include being slightly weaker in the early game compared to a heavy full Grenadier build, but on the other hand, once you get the Panzerfusiliers upgrade, they typically perform a lot better. Plus, they can actually explosive grenades rather than incendiary grenades. So we'll have to see, of course, where this goes. Kuban, they're pursuing the rifle squad there. Sturmpionier from the other side. So far, Iroha striking hard here for Deutschland. 3rd rifle squad there for Lazy Ren, and we got the 2nd punch squad almost done here for Iroha. Sturmpionier catching rifle squad here, except for, well, Lewis have refused being covered there, I guess. It's my constitutional right to not be on the right side of the cover. God damn it, Lewis. Well, he's dead anyways now. Kuban being pushed back. Sturm was in the rifle squad. Rifle squad moving in there to Sturmpionier, and east we got the Panzer, recently caught here by the Panzerfusilier. Their K90Ks firing away there. Bit of skirmishing, bit of murdering. 2nd punch squad to support here in the west for Iroha and Deutschland. Sturm punch squad here treat here. Kubwagen at 1 kill, but also close to Veterans who 1 there. Gains good hits there. Go Veterans 1 gain onto Kubelwagen. Close to support here, and there you go around it. Fun fact: the Waffen actually preferred the Schwimmwagen, which was the amphibious version of the Kubelwagen. Little fun fact. I'm not entirely sure why they preferred it. Maybe it's just the look, or maybe again it was, amphibious and could travel across stuff there. Punches the right squad here, need support from the Kubelwagen. Bit of blasting here, bit of murdering. 3rd punch squad ready here for Iroha. I imagine later on is taking up. Yes, indeed, and it is the Lieutenant El Teniente. Rifle squad there pushed back. Kuban, of course, 4 kills now, close to Veteran 2. My God, Jürgen, we're killing stuff, yeah. We're just having a Kubelwagen, yeah. Soon we'll be upgraded to a Panzer, I'm sure. Nine, I don't think we will. Oh, come on, 9. That's not how it works, I'm afraid. So there you go. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper out there. Basil being very curious since I got an upgrade to my bed with a slightly nicer top mattress. So that's really exciting for Basil there. Kuban then dying repairs, got 5 kills by the way. Sturm Pioneer is going right to fix it up there. Battle equipped quarters there, very much as expected. Panzer eastwards. So far we got a victory point lead here for Iroha. That is though pretty much minuscule. Lieutenant there. We got the ambulance leader for Lazy Den. I imagine we're going to be seeing a sort of light tank soon enough. So that may wait a bit there, in part because Iroha has been able to control the both viewpoints here, which of course is a great start there for Iroha versus Lazy Den. Punches are being murdered down though. Getting focused on is pretty bad for them obviously. Close being right, like Sturmpionier around to assist. Of course, the Kubelwagen providing more fast support here. Very close for 2 on the Sturmpionier though. Almost got the Ralph Squad. They kind of retreat him with a concussive grenade. I don't think the chances are great though. They're going to have to try to think for now. Close call there, and there you go. Kubelwagen reaches Veterancy 2, which is typically by most players. Once they hit Veterancy 2 on the Kubelwagen, They just begin misplaying it really badly and just immediately throw it away. It's like they just somehow thought it's get like upgraded with like 80mm of Krupp front armored steel. Is like, you know, no, that's not how it works. And then they proceed to lose the Kubelwagen. Anyways, medics on the way there, plus the upgrade there. Then it can begin upgrading with the recon package for the G33 package. Or recon package. Graham Neeson Ponty with the Panzer Escort there. I mean, so far, Iroha's Mac Patrol is really strong here versus Laser N. Laser N there, I think, is finally starting to take up. Yes, indeed. Stuart could have caused a lot here versus Iroha, but so could some 50 cals or some bars here. Worth noting, Laser N here at the 5-minute, almost 6-minute mark, can still get to go for Doctrine. Clearly hesitant here in the face of the 2nd SS Panzerdivision das Reichs Furious Assault. Storm Pioneer setting out there. Battlefield Headquarters remains a bit silent, but there you go. He can begin upgrading his men with the recon package, and in theory, in a pinch, you could also upgrade some with the Panzerschreck upgrade there. Not that most people really do, but he theoretically could do it. Grand Western Pontier, and there you go, recon package for those gentlemen as well. Kubang Fords here. 7 kills. And there you go, first upgrade out, but that's sadly on the unit, at least sadly for Iroha, fortune for Laser in, but the one that's back at base getting reinforced. Not the most amazing timing there for Iroha. Second squad though now ready as well, and that one is actually a bit closer to the front line, in fact it's right by the western field point. Could get in a good flank of the Americans. Kuban there still dishing out the damage. Half 8 of FT3 Sturm Puniming forward punch doing what it can, need to retreat Kuban, there you go. If it keeps it close, then we'll still sort of get some experience from nearby fighting troops as well. Then, in fact, it's going to make close to 3 punches around on the flank here. Catching Laser N's forced in a bit of a crossfire there, forcing them to retreat here. Eastern Victory Point missions to the Lieutenant. Can go for the Stuart Light Tank now and definitely throw some ugly obstacles in the face of Iroha. And the Germans detail panzers catching the Ralph Sport there. G33s and K9 TKs versus the M1 Garand. Jürgen though drops dead there. His life sapped from his very pixelated body before the eyes of his pixelated comrades. So about that one. Stuart halfway done there. Punch was there. Veteran C1, 5 kills. MD Fed farm on the flank here. Nice over there by Iroha. And there you go, Kuban racing as well, but a bit backwards though. Perhaps trying to fool the Americans into thinking it was an Italian. Punch going to fling back. They almost got Ralph Gold in. The Kuban is supremely close. That's 3. It's got 8 kills. The cannon from the way. Obviously, you're starting to expect a enemy light tank incoming. So the Kettenwerfer is on the way. Also worth noting, no flak half track, so it's not impossible that Iroha might be in fact going straight for the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier and some Panzerwaffe. Kubelwagen racing ahead. Then we got the Strudling Force of the M5A1 Stuart light tank. So partly as a reconnaissance tank, but also just as an infantry support tank, and with OBO taking reconnaissance by the Greyhound. Stuart flying away there, 1 kill. Punch with the Ralph scored here. Grenade could be quite possibly effective for Iroha. He's obviously more focused, I think, in these two with the Stuart light tank is. Kuban also flank back. And we're close to the veteran field there. Go Ralph going to threaten him with the anti-tank rifle grenade. There we go, and the Kubelwagen reaches Veteran 3, which opens up for self-repairs when it's not in combat. Kuban, the Ralph Scott Lieutenant, Grand Neeson Victory Point. I mean, so far though, Iroha's Mac Patrol is definitely looking very strong here versus Laser Ren, and Laser Ren's going to need to like pull off some great maneuvers here versus Iroha, though it's not obviously easy. Certainly not with that Veteran 3 Kubelwagen. If Brad Pitt had faced off against the Kubelwagen in Fury, that movie would have been over. Because it obviously has been caught like in a bad place. I know, maybe taking a leak and then suddenly Kubelwagen zips up and just murders him, and that's like, you know, the end. Sneak about here with the Ralph Squad, not bad. The Laser Nul's got bars up, that's definitely a good upgrade, particularly the upgrade versus those upgraded Panzers. There's still no Doctrine for Laser Ren. Still not decent side there. No tech for Iroha, he should definitely consider that soon. Kuban there firing very close to Veteran 4. Oh my! Veterans before Kubelwagen. There we go. Now that'll definitely have Brad Pitt shaking in his boots. There you go. Damage engine thanks to 90 rifle. We've got the infantry supporting. Oh, do you know? God damn it, he throws it away, doesn't he? Oh, you stupid bastard. Do you have a Panzer in the Sturmpanzers? That's a complete waste of another perfectly good Kubelwagen. Thumbs down here from the Propaganda Ministry. A waste of valuable war material and propaganda material. I can't make any more Brad Pitt jokes for now. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Empty field for being absolutely mauled here by laser and rifle squad. Still light tank moving in. Sturmpanzer running behind cover. Now that's definitely like a double whammy here for Iroha. He lost his veterans before Kubelwagen, but also the empty field over here to laser and really got caught out of position and laser and just smacked him down. Eastern point we see the Eastern's 50 cal on the way there for laser and increasing courses machine guns by a significant amount. And finally Iroha's taking up, but really, this has been a late take there for Iroha. Definitely a bit sloppy there, and this course is great for laser and any mistakes like that can be quickly exploited by a sharp and diligent player. So Iroha definitely there slipped up. Almost got the Steward light tank though. That was definitely a slip up there by Iroha. But the Steward is somehow alive there through the power of capitalism, democracy, apple pie. Schwerpunch putting up these series and being pushed back there. And maybe just a little bit of Hollywood movie magic. Pumping charge straight at the Ralph scored in. There you go. Stielhandgranate. Now, the Stielhandgranate was designed so he had more throwing range. That's why it had that sort of stick handle, so you could just throw it longer than, you know, another type of grenade, like you say, the pineapple grenade. Of course, lots of many could always picked up and thrown back, but typically I hope they didn't have time for that. Worth noting, the Germans actually did have a grenade similar to the pineapple grenade. It was known as the Eierhandgranate, or egg hand grenade, because it looked more like an egg. Fun fact though, Sturm has pinned down the fifth flank of the 5th of the Panzerfusiler. Sturm Pioneer moving up, but it's obviously just not as iconic as the, you know, Stielhandgranate or stick grenade. It's just nowhere near as iconic, so just it never really sees usage in any games. Which is a bit amusing. Orbis on the way here though for Iroha. Also got an upgrade there. The Schwerpanzer Corps is authorized. He's not far away from a Panzer IV now, but still. Losing that Kubelwagen and that MD-34 for really swung the game against Iroha. He actually cancels the Orbis on flying. I mean, that's not a bad idea versus all these machine guns, to be honest, though. But on the other hand, I would like to see some Orbital done, particularly with some Infrared Sturmgewehrs. On the other hand, the Panther IV should also do him a lot of good. So we got 410 versus 311. Oh, he cancelled line gun again for the Orbital. It seems like Iroha is definitely suffering from a case of indecision. And laser in here at the 13-minute mark in 30 seconds goes airborne. Obviously, he doesn't literally go airborne. It's not like, you know, laser in just starts flying through the sky. No, he goes for the airborne company. Pathfinders, 50 cal, paratroopers, Paradox anti-tank gun, and P-47. Punch flanking the 50 cal there. Obviously, words like, you know, piss off some, I don't know, really shady types, or I don't know, a certain government. You know, he could go airborne if they decide to hurl him out a window, but that's another discussion. Bravo squad 50 coming towards the centre here. Grab the eastern point there. Orbital in there. Should probably add some infantry Sturmgewehr. He probably will go for the light machine gun, but I do feel like the infantry assault rifle is a pretty good upgrade. There's an upgrade. Bit better at mid close range, but also because it can negate cover to a degree, it's quite good in some ways versus more defensive players. Caught here by the 5th cal. Let's press both squads there. Almost got the Steward hit. Can he get it? And pop goes the Weasel. In a way that Weasels never really were meant to be popped. Iroha can now go for that Panther IV Model J. Large Court tracking the Panzerfusiler. Going with the Sturmpioneer. Panther IV Model J there. The Panzerkampfwagen Fies von Jod. And there you go. LMG 34 on the way for the Obersoldaten. Sturmpionier was the rifle squad. There you go, rifle squad sent packing there. Also got a fresh MG-35. Oh, he actually managed to capture it back here from the Americans. Very good there. Now manned by the Panzerfusiliere. And Paratrooper for Laser N, thumbs up. We'll hope he was going to equip them with Thompsons or Brownings. Most likely Brownings, but honestly the Thompson upgrade is quite good in my opinion. Adds a lot more firepower. But also just potential for wiping with the tactical assault ability at the right time. It can really decimate infantry. There you go, Paratrooper score down. None taken down by the squirrels. Good work. Is everyone accounted for? Sir, yes sir, good. No squirrels, right? No, sir. Good. I still remember what happened to Baker Squad. That was a damn messy sight. Turn them being pushed back. Panzerkampfangführer there for Iroha, adding the Panzerkommandant. I mean, technically, off every tank would have had a tank commander. It's a bit silly to upgrade it with one, but you know, maybe those binoculars are really expensive. Troops heading eastwards. Shot bounced out of the Panzerforce front line there. But there goes just a big push with the opposite on the Panzerfusiliere. Bit of a blob assault. This has been a great one for later and had a machine gun, obviously. That could have really just punished Iroha for such a head-on assault. East side, we got right at the Panzerfusiliere. Well, right here from later in the centre, Iroha dashes forward for Deutschland. 50 got the Mingen final range to set up here, but already great hit from the Panther 4 there. It's slaughters the crew, doesn't get up in time there, and now plus they spread out here a bit better, so as well it becomes easier for him to shoot down the crew there. Quite painful there for Laserend. Great kill for Iroha. Laserend has the mage yard. He can soon go for the Sherman, of course, after he goes for it. Anti-10 has been cleared out here. Perhaps driving with a Browning light machine gun. It's not fully enforced, but Laserend obviously cannot afford to wait here. Steel hand grenade out. Punch being murdered, and you fit for arriving here. Laserend is being besieged when the nose base. Rifle squad moving in, threatening the flank of the Panther 4 with an anti-tank rifle grenade there. Saving, I think, the day possibly a bit here. Perhaps they're murdering through the Germans. Punch squad down to 3 men. Low health rifle squad arriving here, flanking the MD-34 as well. Pretty dicey situation here for Laserend of freedom and democracy. Back here, Panzer Squad moving up there. All of a sudden reinforcing. They should be reinforcing soon. Rifle Squad returning here, close to the east level on those gentlemen. Panther 4 being fixed up. Arguably a bit too close to the front line. If theoretically like an opponent come up and then his tank just start shooting at it. Typically you want your Panther Force or any army you're repairing a bit away from the front line, so like it's not like the first thing the opponent can just start shooting at is your tank being repaired and the guys repairing it at the same time. Typically you want it slightly further behind, so there's something at least in between this to have some time to get it away as well. So small bit of advice there from the master of propaganda himself. Another fresh assault here from Laserend, freedom and democracy. Orbison sending out here for Iroha. Great hit from the M1 entering on the Panther 4. Sturmpionier being suppressed. In the center, we've got the Major versus the Panzerfusiliere. There we go. Major down to 1 man. Ralph got arriving, packed up with the Obersoldaten. Steelhand Grenade, flashing that into the open. Comes one around the flank to assist. We got the inflow coming up further here. And there you go. Geballte Ladung. Almost wiping the rifle squad there entirely. The Ballon Grenade, for those unaware, was basically just a series of stick grenade warheads rolled around one stick grenade to form a larger charge. It was actually a World War I stormtrooper tactic for use for clearing out trenches, but also used as a very early anti-tank charge to help deal with the early tanks. In fact, even at the start of World War II, it was actually used as an anti-tank charge as well, because you would land, say, in like the engine block or get it stuck in the turret ring, you know, could actually do some serious damage to the early tanks with it. So a little fun fact there about the Geballte Ladung. Just reinforcing healing. Shaman away there for Laserend. Finally, a tank there for freedom and democracy. The 2nd Armoured. Panzer IV being repaired again. Iroha could consider some mines here. There's some Schützenmine could do a lot there to slow down the assault from Laser N. Back to bleeding out the Americans. They've got much closer to the victory point. So that's 288 versus 264. Meanwhile, Laser N's got all of sources back at base. Reinforcing all that. I mean, you risk, I think, giving up too much timing meanwhile for his opponent, but at the same time, the Panther on the field, I suppose, can also, like, make it risky just in, like, a smaller scouting party, because the Panther 4 can just, like, quickly lock it down. So I can understand to a degree he wants, like, you know, get more of his force ready at the same time, but again, it just concedes so much ground. So it's very much a high-risk reward sort of thing. They'll let you high-risk, high-risk. It's just more like, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, that's more than what I'm looking for. The grenade off route caught there. Ooh, that was lucky there for Laser N. But there you go, Sherman out, answering over there. They got much bigger force here. Also pushing to these, but the Panther Force now really like the only like hard point here to stop like a significant breakthrough from Laser N. Sherman pushing up a direct hit from the Kedden Alpha. Answering again the Panther Force shot bounces. Sherman disengaging now, switching the forces westwards because now it's actually drawing more force away from the west towards the east, and there's no machine gun there. So this opens up for them to push through here. Sherman can then push eastwards. Paratroopers here. There's the Panther 4 out in the open. They're pretty easy targets. Trying to flank the Orbison being caught here, but they need to fall out of action. There you go. West flank's actually now collapsed here, opening up for a possible further breakthrough here, flanking up behind Iroha's like line that way. And Iroha's actually stalling for the Tiger tank. On the one hand, you know, it pretty much means just nothing's happening, getting Laser and more time to actually get a stage of breakthrough. Imagine say he just had 2 tanks here, like 2 Panther 4s, even like a Panther here. Obviously, this would be much harder for Laser and tank to make a return to the battlefield. But of course, in the end, theoretically, like a tank could be a big problem for Laser to deal with currently. He's got like a pair of bazookas, an anti-tank with Sherman. The Tiger tank backed up there could actually be a significant threat then to Laser Ren. So, but still, I probably wouldn't go for the Tiger tank nonetheless personally here. And fall down to half out. Tiger tank right around the corner here. Ground Western Point. Fun fact, the Waffen SS actually had its own Tiger battalions. In fact, at the very start of the war, well, at the very start of the introduction, the Tiger tanks, each of the first initial SS Panzer Division actually received their own Tiger company, but they would lose those, as they expect to hand mode to like form up the full initial SS Tiger battalions. Though in some cases they actually like just kept the Tigers and the crews themselves, just like fetch things around, but that was not sustainable in the long run. But little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. Worth noting, the SS Tiger tanks really like the only sort of like major, shall we say, independent battalions the Waffen SS had. They've never received like stuff like heavy tank destroyer battalions, even like tank destroyer battalions or assault gun battalions. So little fun note there. But there you go. Iroha here at the 23 minute mark calls in the Tiger tank, adding the pinlock machine gun. Pumping at the west side here, a bit out in the open. Good shot there. Basil continues to be a curious and inquisitive cat. Lieutenant about to get murdered out in the open. Yeah, that's a wipe there. Panther will finish off the last runner there. Bit of a blow there to Laser N. I feel like an avoidable blow there, to be honest. Still making some progress, but there you go. Tiger tank rolling forwards here. Equipped with an 88mm gun. 100mm thick frontal armor, though non-sloped. Scott here for Laser N. No, cancels it. Possibly now with the arrival of the Tiger tank, thinks he wants a Jackson tank to sort of counter that. Please put some pressure on it. Tiger tank continues to advance here, moving up here behind Laser N's flank. And there you go. Really doing some damage. Could see possibly wiping the rifle squad. If he, oh, he does not commit to it. Possible missed opportunity. Then again, with insufficient info support, it may not have worked out there. Going for rifle squad here for the eastern fuel opponents. Then there you go. Quick retreat here. Shoots, hits the fence, maybe kills the squirrel, but no Americans. Second shot goes off the mark as well. Fun fact about the Tiger tank, it could actually turn on the spot incredibly fast. Like, we're talking within seconds, it could do like, 360-degree turn. On the other hand, its turret was actually hand cranked, meaning it had a really slow turret rotation. Which of course necessitated being able to turn really fast in itself. Shem getting hit from the Pentaforce, so goodbye there. Hammering away at the Pentaforce from Palama. Panzer fires.
Capture point is being overrun.
German flank being flanked with the Tiger tank. Close to the Jackson, and there go. Actually, accidentally pops up the crew here. That is some really bad time to have you be outside a tank, and honestly, we're not far from a Tiger tank. And there goes Sherman down. That's a big blow there. 2 laser in. On the other end, he does manage to pelt the Tiger tank with numerous anti-tank rifle grenades, but he lacks anything to further exploit this with. So while he's definitely going to keep the Tiger tank a bit out of the fighting here, it's going to be a bit rough going nonetheless. We got more bazooka teams ready by the Major this time now. Formed up as one. Double hits, or 1 hit on the Panther 4 there. We got 261s on the 60. Laser end definitely in a tight spot. There you go. Jackson tanks on the way. Orbital on the way. Theodore has he lost the previous squad. East side there, bit of maneuvering here. We got 261 versus 158. MD for the folding up here. Theodore in the center. On the west side here, 50 cal coming up the flank here, going for the car point again there. Jackson tanks are halfway done. Orbison squad there, right around the corner for Iroha and the 2nd SS. Ralph got the Panzers in east, 21 kills. Fixing up the Tiger tank. Pumping caught here with the troopers and rifle squads. Quickly push back, and there you go. Jackson tank shot here for lazy then. Punch with their reinforcing healing. Tiger tank's good to go. If you can get a catch with the Jackson, maybe it's another anti-tank rifle gun, it's a good chance you can actually then deal with the Tiger tank, because then the Tiger tank's going to much harder time getting away. There you go, direct hit, but no infantry nearby to actually snare it up. And there goes Bazooka team caught here with Indy 54 in the centre. On the west side, we get some light skirmishing here. 50 cal helping assist there. MD-34 crew there, just tank for the reactions there, mercilessly leaving the men feeling awfully dead. And the west, Iroha's keeping his Panther 4 that he just locked down any infantry attack. Grenade to research for laser in, not a bad idea. Obviously increase the firepower of men significantly. At this point, Iroha's declared I was not expecting it either, but there you go, spotted in time, got away. Another anti-tank here for laser end to help deal with German armor. Reinforcement healing, standard stuff. Panther remains here. Still feel like you should consider an Orbison squad with the infant assault rifle. Again, that's just me. Tiger team been rolled out once more. Could soon go for another Panzer 4. Though arguably with the Jackson, he could also consider Yak Panzer just to have something to counter that, in which case the Tiger tank and Panzer 4 can operate a bit more freely. There's also the consideration of just a light infantry gun to have some artillery ready to either just smoke against the anti-tank, just bombard them. That could also be a strong idea, so he has some sources of smoke besides the smoke bombs here. Although he probably should also just consider using the smoke bombs in the first place. So far there's been no use of smoke in fact here by Iroha at all. Admittedly, Laserin has not been a big smoker either. Ooh, nice bait into the grenade there. Jackson nearby, we got a big push here. I think he's definitely looking like to somehow bait the Tiger tank into a situation we can do a lot of damage to it. He's committing everything to this though, so the Tiger tank is obviously acting as a huge straw here in laser end's attention. Of course, the counter argument could be just to ignore it, just deal with everything else, and then try to just bait the Tiger tank into like being way off somewhere. But instead, he's hoping to like catch it in a decisive engagement, just destroy it, hoping to break Iroha's morale. Now go Tiger tank, those already down to a quarter of its health, possibly less. In fact, it might be down to 1/5 health there. So that quickly got knocked down a peg or two. Lasering could soon go for another sham. There you go, Panther 4's diving in it pretty aggressively. I'm not entirely sure what the plan here is from Iroha. Was he hoping to raid the base for him to catch some troops on the flank? I don't know. I feel like there's an idea here by Iroha, but it just kind of fell apart there. Flanking the 50 cal, and there we go, grenade off. It might also just been like it's a distraction, like to force later in to fall back towards the base, but just threatening the Panther for them. I mean, that is a possibility as well there. And the 50 cal got wiped. Definitely a bit of blow there to Laser N. Ace level repairs as well. There we go. Scott being attempted now by Laser N to help the German infantry to slaughter them, murder them. Ralph Scott with the punch was here. Another pineapple grenade. Major being caught up in the MU-34. We got the punch in 4 bouts. Punch was routed. There we go. Caught by the Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier. Scott almost done. Jackson trying to play Ken over here. Another bit of damage there. Seems a bit needed there for Laser N. We got 261s and 92. Looking a bit pretty rough here for Laser N.
75mm gun carrier ready.
Bit rough. And there you go. Scott out. The M8A1 Scott. Self-propelled artillery piece based off the Stuart Light Tanks chassis. From my understanding, they would typically operate alongside this Stuart Light Tanks in the infantry support role. And there you go, Iroha with the Jagdpanzer, or Panzerjäger-70, Panzer 4-70V for Wohlmark, which indicates there was actually another version by Alket. But that was actually pretty big and boxy, in which made it rather useless as a Jagdpanzer, and so they just used it as like an Ersatzpanzer replacement tank. Last constant caught here by the Indy 54, Panzer moving in as well. Scott bombarding. Decent shot there. Coming under fire here, and the west side Jack going for the Panther 4. We've got Sturm Post nearby. There we go, direct hit there. TIE tank racing forward. Scott almost knocked out. Only one engine was actually aimed here at the TIE tank, which was able to really shoot fire, and it's not firing our piercing rounds. There you go. One engine cleared out. Jackson going in there. Direct hit. The West here breaking through. Sturm Pioneer squad pushed back here. Actually flanking the flank up behind the TIE tank down to half health. Jackson taking the firing away there. Orb Sergeant charging forwards, going over the Panther 4. Bazooka fire, anti-tank rifle grenade fire. The other bazooka team to get closer here. Damage in the Panther 4 here in the center. We got the Jagdpanzer up, by the way. The Panther 4's about to get knocked in. The bazookas are doing intense damage here, and I think Iroha's forgotten about it. He's too caught up in the center on the east side, trying to push through here as well, flanking around. He's been caught with MU-4. Panther 4 though is down. Major troops looks like they're going to try and flank behind. He could do more damage if they get behind the Tiger tank here. Anti-tank cleared out. Scott firing on the opposite side. The 5th cal changing into the with merciless rage. Jackson there. Scott pushing forwards. Bazooka team flanking the Tiger tank. Rock squad moving in there. Laser N is spending it all on the Tiger tanks. Utter destruction. Can he make it work? Tiger tank is down. That leaves just the Jagdpanzer now. Both Panther 4 and Tiger tank down. Bazooka fire raining down on it. But Kednaf could be trouble there. Jagdpanzer down to half health. Rock squad moving in. Jackson. Oh, not looking great. But now there's the Jagdpanzer. Scott flanking the Kednaf. Almost got it. Oh dear, who gets the final shot here? There you go. Jagdpanzer knocked out by the Jackson. Rob scored tank through. Heavy losses here on both sides. But now with nothing to oppose the Scott. Iroha has a lot of troubles, and the Scott can do a lot of damage very fast. And still the 5th cal as well to help deal with infantry. That's it though. Infantry's taking a bit of beating on both sides, but now we got freshly reinforced paratrooping out here, and the Panthers have been caught by the 5th cal. We got 252 versus 68. Laser N gets them moving fast and reclaim this map for freedom and democracy. Jackson being fixed up. Probably should also consider Sherman here. Bombarding here around here. There you go. Close call. Troops reinforcing healing. Iroha's going to have to go for a Panzer 4. And quickly repairing it there. 21 kills. We got the ace punch with 14, 19 kills. Sturmhardt's backing up. There 14 kills. Scott recruit again. Grenade off there. Holy smokes, almost swaps out the entire punch squad. Laser Ren missed it. That's great here for Iroha. That is massive. There you go. They even dropped the light machine gun. That is huge. But there's a big flank in there. You go. NG-34 crew goes down here. That is huge on the island in favor of Lazy Ren, in particular crews up turns against Iroha here. Just being pushed back. There's Scott with 5 kills still, but the entire front line is now collapsing at an incredibly increasing rate here for Iroha. Without the tanks to backing up, his infantry is exposed and outgunned in a lot of cases. Not entirely sure what Laser Ren is playing, but there you go. Got the MD for the whole mini spec tank, 2 machine guns here versus Iroha. His men being mauled, annihilated, and slaughtered. Grenades off here. Almost got them wiped there, pantsing forwards. Another Panther form away for Iroha, but the situation has turned sound. We got another Scott for Laser Ren. More self-propelled artillery of the very highly mobile kind. And flexible too, so you could also fire smoke shells. Panther, they're being pushed back. Now, oh, he's going for Sherman. That I think is also a pretty good choice, honestly. In some ways, better. Panther almost done. Moving on to the center here. 214 versus 63. Good, can still win this if we just focus on the victory points and not maneuvers Laser Ren fast enough. But right now, Laser Ren is just risking hitting critical mass of armor, just drowning out Iroha. 50 got caught in a pretty bad spot there, and that's going to be a retreat here from Laser Ren, I think, very wisely. Sherman almost done. Got the Scott moving in again. Panther on the move here for Iroha, adding the Panzer Commandant. Sherman right around the corner. There you go, Sherman tank ready, Panther arriving. Large squad pushing right up. So the Panzer Fusilier here. Oh, they wiped the ace punch. That's a huge blow here to Iroha. Jackson has caught a bad spot. We got the Sherman force. There you go. Anti-tank rifle cut off, damaging the engine. The Panther 4. Another hit. The Route Squad about to get wiped out. There you go. Damage engine. MD-44 tank to the infantry. Scott bombarding. Panther force almost knocked out. He's Sherman racing right past the cannon efforts, trying to keep up here. May not matter. There you go. Half health down the Sherman. Scott getting ready to infantry being mauled here. Almost got wiped. There's smoking off here. Charging at the Panther 4. Takes it out here. A bow, but a successful maneuver here by Laser Ren, leaving Iroha flabbergasted. And in disarray. Sherman survived that. Troops can move around the west side, make grab some more points, and there you go. With this, Iroha surrenders, his morale shattered and destroyed. Laser Ren stands victorious. A tough and intense match here on Amilly Fields, with a lot to be learned there in terms of, like, pacing and maneuver. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that. And do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. This is Imperial Links in. Cheers. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.